NBC6 News Today at 6 starts with breaking news.
All right, we start this morning with breaking news. We're following two big stories, one from Broward, the other out of Miami-Dade County.
Yeah, team coverage, in fact, on how it's impacting our traffic. We do want to get straight out to NBC6's Shernay Amar. She is live in Fort Lauderdale this morning with reports of a car that went into the water. Shernay, we see the flashing lights behind you. What do we know? What happened?
Yeah, you can definitely see the activity here. So we are in North Lauderdale. I want to step out of the way because we're taking you as close to the scene as we can get you. So again, we are in North Lauderdale in the Pompano Park neighborhood just off of Northwest 47. So this is the angle that you're looking at. But what you are looking at is the turnpike right by Commercial. So right now I can tell you the turnpike south is blocked off from Commercial as officials are responding to what appears to be a water rescue. We have reached out to North Lauderdale Fire Rescue because those are the officials are on scene. Those are the officials that are on scene here. We can see at least 3 different rescue response trucks. Again, a lot of police out here on scene as well. It appears that there may be a vehicle in the water that likely came from the off-ramp onto the water. So on the other side of this, there's actually a retention pond. And again, it appears that a vehicle may have gotten into that pond. We got wind of this just before 5 in the morning. But again, not a whole lot of information. And it is really difficult to see what exactly is going on with this rescue or possible rescue. But again, obviously there is a response here. Again, the response is surrounding the retention pond, and this is, of course, just off of the turnpike here. So again, we have reached out to North Lauderdale Fire Rescue, the responding agency here on scene, just to get more information and confirm some details about what is going on here. But again, it is obviously impacting traffic. As I mentioned, Turnpike, Commercial, there is some parts of the roadway that are blocked here. So I want to hand things over to our traffic anchor, Joanna Torres, with more on how you can get around all of this. Joanna.
Shernay, thank you. And as you mentioned, here's a different angle of that view, right? So to the left of your screen, you can see those flashing lights from a distance. This is the turnpike right now. So again, this took place off the turnpike heading southbound at that Commercial Boulevard. On-ramp right now is completely blocked off due to this possible car in the water of the reports that we're getting, right? So you're going to want to avoid this area. Your alternate routes there are going to be either Oakland Park Boulevard, Sunrise Boulevard, or just take I-95 to avoid this area as well, right? So again, it's on the turnpike heading southbound, just off of Commercial Boulevard. That on-ramp completely shut down due to this crash involving a car in the water. So Oakland Park Boulevard, Sunrise Boulevard will be your local alternate routes, or just I-95 if you want to take an alternate highway. Also, right now, we are also seeing this road closure due to an officer-involved crash off of I-95 northbound off of Ives Dairy Road. That on-ramp is remaining closed right now due to this officer crash that happened earlier this morning. Your alternate route there is going to be Biscayne or Hollandale Beach Boulevard this morning to avoid that area as well. But more on those details, I'm going to send over to my colleague Julia, who's live at the scene.
Yeah, Joanna, traffic picking up as it normally does here on Ives Dairy Road, and a lot of confusion because of what you see right here. You can't go onto I-95 northbound, as you mentioned, from Ives Dairy Road. That is leading drivers to kind of swerve. Wow, what's out of your picture right now is a driver who just had to swerve around some oncoming traffic, was planning to make a left to turn into this on-ramp and realized that that could not happen. And so some of these drivers that you see right here, same thing. And even somebody just stopped and asked us a question, what was going on? Well, let's show you. Let's get right to this incredible video. What happened to this Miami-Dade police officer this morning? It was right around 2:30 that first responders showed up to the side of I-95 here off of Ives Dairy Road. We know this Miami-Dade police officer was involved in a crash. It's unclear what this officer may have hit. Doesn't appear that another vehicle was involved. No other vehicle was seen at the scene anyway, but first responders had that Miami-Dade officer on the ground as they tended to him. From what we could see, we saw him lifting an arm at one point. He even appeared to possibly be communicating with them. He did appear conscious. That's certainly a good sign. But what we don't know is just how severely injured he may have been in this crash, because I can tell you what you can't see on the driver's side of that patrol unit he was driving. It is peeled off, totally smashed up on that driver's driver's side. So the first responders there working on him on the ground and then putting him on a stretcher, then carrying him off to an ambulance and rushing him to the hospital. No word yet on his condition so far this morning as doctors treat him right now at the hospital. Let me bring you back out here live. New development. Take a look at this with me. Road crews picking up some cones here. It appears they could be preparing to open this on-ramp up again. But you heard Joanna saying you're going to want to get around this with Biscayne Boulevard because we don't know just for how much longer this will continue to be closed for that officer. We're live this morning in Northeast Miami-Dade. Julia Bagg, NBC6 News.